can see the jump in his steal numbers, and it hasn't been by accident. He's put in a ton of effort at the defensive end, and boy, is it paying off.
Now a look at Philadelphia's
Yeah,
starting
Pawan.
lineup. In the backcourt, Simmons and Richardson. Young out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Osman in at small forward. And for the Magic, at the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. D'Angelo Russell out there with Evan Fournier. And it's Barnes in at the 3. Well, Clark, there's nothing like opening night. Preseason in the rearview mirror. Now the games count for real. Terrific time.
Yeah, exciting for everybody because hope springs eternal for all teams in the league after you get beyond preseason. And the games do count. They start calculating and documenting W's and L's.
Here's Russell after Ben Simmons' bucket. Inside, Gordon. And then Gordon with the dunk.
Exactly what you want from your point guard. Nice dime to the open teammate by Russell.
Richardson the pass to Simmons. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The 76ers need to get off a shot. They get it back. Gobert goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Barnes can't get it to go. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start off the game. Outside, Simmons. Here's Richardson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Well, maybe not the most well-known player in the league, but Josh Richardson has been a big source of offense, and Grady's done it for a while now.
A bit of a specialist, but Richardson has no problem putting up and making threes.
And he knocks down the first one.
And you look out there at the Magic, one of the taller teams in our league.
And, you know, that's a philosophical bent for the front office. They want long, athletic players. Draft guys with great length and then develop their strength and skill level. And I actually kind of like that approach. Have a philosophy, stick to it, and be true to it.
And Richardson drops them both.
And there's been some turnover in the Philly front office, but through it all, some bold moves.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, guys. First, the process, and we heard a lot about that as they were stockpiling draft picks and losing a lot of games. It was maybe the most drastic rebuild in NBA history, at least as I can recall. Then new leadership in Elton Brand, who's done an outstanding job, pushing all their chips into the middle to go for it. Great credit to him for not sitting back. In both cases, a plan and a direction, and that's what you want from your organization.
Now, here is Russell. He's coming off a 28-point game against Chicago.
And we got to talk about his 4 steals on the night. That's a complete performance at both ends of the floor.
Guys, the passing ability and IQ of Ben Simmons, both amazing.
Russell passes to Vucevic. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
Now, here's Richardson. The drive by Simmons. He dishes it to Gobert. Kicks it to Richardson. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Fade away. Gobert can't hit. And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Orlando Magic. They trail by 1. Pass to Barnes. Vucevic down low. Gobert on him. And here's Barnes for 3. They get it back. Pass to Fournier. Takes a 3. It's hauled in by the 76ers.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. So I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
The 76ers shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
The first free throw is good.
A big X factor for the Sixers, I think, will be the development of Ben Simmons' jump shot. He's got to become at least a threat as a perimeter shooter if they're going to have a chance to win it all.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Harrison Barnes. Robertson comes in for Evan Fournier. And Michael Carter-Williams subbed in for Russell. That one misses. And especially in the playoffs where teams really scheme for you, Simmons shooting can be a real problem for the Sixers.
Yeah, it's a major liability, guys. There's no denying it. For all of his wonderful ability and versatility, the fact that it's basically 4 on 5 when they're on offense with him on the floor is a problem in the playoffs. And you said it. When teams can lock into you, they're going to make you do what you're uncomfortable doing.
Pull-up jumper. And Gordon gets it to go in on the assist from Robertson. 6 points for Aaron Gordon.
Boy, I like seeing Gordon work on that jump shot of his. He's going to need to knock it down consistently at his position to be one of the best in the league.
Now here's Simmons. Shoots over Carter-Williams. Another miss by Philadelphia. Robertson with it. Here's Cauley-Stein. Drops in the layup for 2.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Here's Osman. 20 points for him last game against Detroit.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Robertson finds Carter-Williams. A fadeaway. The shot by Cauley-Stein, no good.
Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate.
Passes it to Osman. For 3. Cauley-Stein grabs the board.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Gordon, the pass to Vucevic. And here is Carter-Williams. His last outing with 20 points. From beyond the arc. No good. Shot missing. Now the 76ers take it the other way. Their last meeting was in Orlando, where they were unable to fight off the Magic.
Well, they were on the wrong side of a very close matchup last time they met. But what a great game.
And in that game you mentioned, it was a great game. The reserves played a huge role.
And that keeps him perfect from the field this quarter.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. Clark, you look at the defensive metrics for Nikola Vucevic lately, very good. And yet, he's been considered a liability at that end. So, in your opinion, which is?
Yeah, you know, Kevin, I think it's a blend, quite honestly. The analytics say one thing, but in this day and age, the way the game is played, big centers are typically challenged from a mobility standpoint, especially trying to defend fleet-footed perimeter guys in pick-and-roll situations and in space. To Vucevic's credit, he's worked hard at becoming better, trying to be a better rim protector and recognize where he needs to be early on with anticipation. So he's making progress, but it's a blend in my mind.
He's checked in for Vucevic. Philadelphia also making some changes. John Henson's checked in for Gobert. Robinson comes in for Jetty Austin. And it's Korkmaz in for Simmons. Now here's Noel. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And stolen by Cauley-Stein. Lob pass to Gordon. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. The pass to Korkmaz. Noel trying to break loose. Korkmaz, no good. Magic leading by 4. Now, here's Robertson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. I mean, he had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
That free throw, no good. And the second free throw, good. 29 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Korkmaz. Carter Williams covering. Pass to Henson. Now Burks. 6 to shoot. Robinson for 3. Traps in the tray. Carter Williams feeling it out a bit from deep three-point range. And so it's Aaron Gordon making things happen for the Orlando Magic. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with them. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. James Ennis played in Australia, Puerto Rico, the G League. He talked about his NBA journey and his goals.
Just to be a rotation player. I know I got better. I know I worked hard to get here, to stay here, and just be able to knock down a shot for the 3. I want to shoot the ball 40% and above.
And with the importance of the 3 ball nowadays, Greg, a great goal for Ennis.
He possesses length and athleticism on the wing, and if he can reliably knock down the triple, he's a consistent rotation player in this league.
We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports, and always exciting. And when you consider how the Magic are doing, what do you think?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
You've got Ennis. Willie Cauley-Stein is out there with Gordon. Then it's Carter Williams. And it's Robertson in at the 2. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Magic. And here is Carter Williams following the 3 from Alec Burks. Now Ennis. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Pass to Cauley-Stein. Here's Carter Williams. Hits it from three-point range. And the Magic lead by 4.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Now here's Henson. Here's Burks. And the 76ers tack on 2 more. Mark, as you're watching a game unfold, what characteristics do you look for in a great closer?
Obviously confidence, a real eagerness to make difference-making plays late, and somebody who can create his own shot if a play breaks down. I mean, that's essential.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, D'Angelo Russell was traded from the Lakers and, in his words, was kicked on the way out. He's become an all-star in Brooklyn. Russell said, it's a heck of an accomplishment. That respect from your peers, your coaches, other teams, it's a great feeling. And Kevin, given how it started for him in L.A., many remain shocked by Russell's rapid ascent.
Coming into his own, you're right, David. Thank you. So here's Burks following the bucket by Orlando. All sorts of time. That's good on the jump shot. Burks has got 7 points here in this quarter.
Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic.
Every timeout, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
Yeah, and I agree. I think there's going to be a new wrinkle in their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
Making some changes. Barnes, he's checked in for Aaron Gordon. Fournier comes in for Robertson. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Michael Carter-Williams. Then for the 76ers, Young comes in for Nerlens Noel. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Alec Burks. Now, here is Russell. Barnes outside. They grab their own miss. The 76ers trail by 4. Robinson left side. Richardson outside. Over Russell. No good that time. The Magic go the other way with it. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. Philadelphia's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Richardson outside. Passes it to Young. The tray, another 3 for Philadelphia.
And Young can keep you honest from deep now. He's not a dead-eye shooter. He's not what you would call a laser, but he'll make a few if you don't defend it.
Barnes outside, and they come right back with their own 3-pointer.
You know, after the Sixers were knocked out in the second round for the 2nd straight year, there was some speculation, and I think unmerited, whether Brett Brown might be let go as head coach. The players voiced their support and made the decision easier to bring him back, and I think it was the right one. He's done a fantastic job as the leader of the Sixers.
Robinson for 3, gets it to go from beyond the arc. Robinson's got 6.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Now here's Barnes. Can't get the reverse layup to fall. And Coach Brown, Clark, captained the ship through some real rough times in the beginning.
And you know, Kevin, I think for that reason and the job he's done here recently, he's earned the right to see this thing through. It's a result-oriented profession. I know that, and I understand it. But this is a team built to contend, and that's the expectation. And I'd like to see Brett Brown have a chance to bring it to full fruition.
Now Russell, following the 3-point attempt by Josh Richardson. Wide open look here for Cauley Stein. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Russell's got 3 assists tonight, and Philadelphia calls time here.
And you talk about the best defensive head coaches in the league. Steve Clifford has to be on that short list.
I would agree with you, partner. I mean, his teams play hard, they play smart, they play with discipline, and that usually is a reflection of the coach, and a good one.
Change here. Vucevic is checked in. And then for Philadelphia, Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for John Henson. Osman comes in for Glenn Robinson III. And it's Ben Simmons in for Korkmaz. Now here's Simmons. A beautiful reverse layup. Simmons got his second basket of the night.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Well, it was a slow start, but they've gone from simmer to medium heat, and they're bordering on hot to close this gap.
Yeah, and they're starting to warm up from the field this quarter.
Adding to their lead, and you see that field goal percentage for the game steadily heading north.
And Simmons slams it in.
When he's sprinting down the court like that to the basket, Simmons is virtually impossible to stop.
Russell inside, guarded by Simmons. That's a 2 from Barnes. Again, the Magic score.
And they've done a great job knocking down those long-range shots here in the second, shooting just over 40% from downtown.
Now here's Simmons. 6 points for him. Richardson, no luck.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
And Philadelphia has possession. The Magic getting the bucket. Here's Simmons. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Simmons got 8 points.
He's starting to find himself out there now. You know, he's taking much better shots here in the second quarter.
Outside, Russell misses the 3.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
That one's good, and the Magic lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Ben Simmons. Now, here is Russell. Ben Simmons with the rebound.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, they've got to hold for the last shot here.
Russell looking it over to the paint. Here's Vucevic. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got 4 assists now tonight.
You know, the mid-range game, guys, is really one of Nick.
He let it fly, and he gets it.
Boy, was that deep.
And so it's Ben Simmons making highlights for Philadelphia. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Clifford. What was the biggest problem for your guys in the first half?
Well, you know what? We're a defensive team first, and we've been good defensively. We've been organized. We weren't that in that first half, and that's what we got to concentrate to get the game going back our way.
See if you revert back to your form in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. For the 76ers, the first quarter was pretty even. They were unable to ever build a big lead in the first period, with 3 points being their largest cushion. If you look at the second quarter scoring, they had a small edge. They really hung tough as we got close to halftime. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
I was surprised on how comfortable they seemed here on the road. The hostile crowd, that didn't bother them at all. And I want to see if they can keep that up in the second half.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Magic.
Well, I thought the one bright spot was the effort on the glass. Several times when momentum was sliding, getting the time to rebound really lifted. Strong work on the glass is key because that's how you string together a series of big stops.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Go over there.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Ben Simmons in this game, he's been everywhere.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. So on the floor for Philadelphia. In the backcourt, Simmons and Richardson. Young out there with Gobert. And it's Osman in at the three, the small forward. Now, here is Young. Baseline J on the way. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Gordon's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Starter in this league for almost a decade. Thaddeus Young's numbers, Greg, won't blow you away. So what is it that makes him a winning player?
I think it starts with his defense, Kevin. Drawing charges and getting deflections. His quickness puts him in a position to make those effort plays.
Here's Richardson. He's got 9. Gobert dishes to Simmons. And Nikola Vucevic is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Simmons against Russell. Just 5 on the clock. There's the pass to Young. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
And a moment now to check out the numbers for Fournier. How he did last season. Averaged 15 points a game. 3 assists and 3 rebounds. And you talk about guys who just have a nose for putting up points. He is one of them.
Yeah, he sure is. And he rarely has back-to-back bad games. If he has an off night, he usually follows that up with a big night.
Gordon kicks to Fournier. Oh, good on the triple.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Simmons. And then jammed down as he goes right over Nikola Vucevic.
Really can't let Simmons get going off of these dunks. I mean, his confidence just rises when he slams it down like that.
Magic moving the ball around. Barnes right side. And Simmons with the rebound.
Clearly out of sync to begin this half. 0 for their first 3 attempts.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That's on D'Angelo Russell.
You just have to be more careful with Simmons. I mean, he's absolutely brilliant at keeping the defense off balance.
Clark, you look at Ben Simmons. Is he the best Australian-born player ever?
Well, you've got to remember now, Kevin, and you would know this from your research. Kyrie Irving was actually born in Australia, lived there for a couple of years, and still has dual citizenship. So I'll leave that one to the fans to debate. Irving or Simmons as the best from Australia.
Clark, it seems that guards are rebounding now more than ever. What do you make of that trend?
You know what, Kevin? I think it's a function of how the game is played. More and more teams play small ball, where they really don't have a big guy out there or a traditional center out there. You may have guards and wings, and oftentimes your tallest guy might be 6'8". So it makes it important for guards and everybody to rebound the ball. So I think you see more guards getting more rebounds because of teams playing small ball as a function of the three-point shots importance in the game.
Now here's Robertson. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
Boy, they need to pick it up here now. I mean, they're 0 of 4 coming out of the break.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
That's good, and the 76ers lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Fournier. Carter Williams against Simmons. Lets a floater go. That's good again. His 7th basket, 7 for 10 from the floor.
At the offensive end, he's been assertive and efficient, guys. A big reason why they hold this lead right now.
Carter Williams with the bounce pass. Here's Fournier. 11 feet out, and he hits it. Fournier's got his second bucket of the night.
Really like to see Fournier go with the mid-range jump shot. This guy's a high percentage shooter, particularly from that spot on the floor.
Now here's Richardson. He's got 11. Down low, here's Simmons. It's hauled in by the Magic.
Boy, that's a look he has to finish, and he knows it. Blown opportunity.
And Fournier gets to Carter Williams. Robertson with it. From deep. They get it again. Gobert with the block. Here's Korkmaz. Carter Williams covering. That's to Gobert. Back to Simmons. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon.
And when he gets ahead of steam, you almost feel sorry for defenders. Ben Simmons, a combination of size, speed, and ball handling that can at times be unstoppable.
Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for the Magic. Ennis comes in for Fournier. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Nerlens Noel checks in for Rudy Gobert. Henson comes in for Thaddeus Young. Glenn Robinson, the third, is checked in for Korkmaz. And Alec Burks subbed in for Richardson. But they'll get another chance. Tries again, and Henson sends it back.
Boy, I like seeing Henson make good use of that real reach of his to deny shots.
And with his passing and driving ability, Greg, Simmons is like combining a power running back in football with a pinpoint passing quarterback. Not much he can't do.
Kevin, a football metaphor is appropriate. Simmons grew up playing Australian rules football, and the physicality and quick thinking of that sport really reflected in his style of play.
The shot by Cauley-Stein, no good. Now here's Burks, defended by Robertson. Yes, that goes in.
Perfect dime drop that time. Nice execution of the bounce pass.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Ennis passes to Cauley-Stein. And Henson sends it back. Fast break, Philadelphia. Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
Sensational speed by Simmons, trucking it down the court and beating everybody.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
Things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for the Magic.
Looking here at some numbers for Carter Williams, how he performed last season. Last season, he averaged 4 points a game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And frankly, I think he can play better, guys. I mean, even he would have to admit to that.
Yeah, realistically, he's going to have to step it up. I mean, that's the reality. Or he's going to start to lose those minutes. Clearly, the defense could have been better there, guys, but he also needs to convert that.
Henson, good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Henson's got the lead up to 14 now for the 76ers. Simmons against Carter Williams. He kicks it to Cauley-Stein. Back to Carter Williams. Ennis with the ball. Robinson on him. Here's Carter Williams. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again. To the inside. And the rejection by Cauley-Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley-Stein, a presence defensively.
No good from Simmons. The Magic trail by 14. Barnes kicks to Cauley-Stein. Buries it down low. Cauley-Stein's got his third basket of the night.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Simmons against Carter Williams. Works for 3. Barnes grabs the miss. And it's Barnes with the ball for the Orlando Magic to the right side. Shot by Ennis. Nobody around. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Here's Robinson. No good that time. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Ennis out there with Harrison Barnes. Then it's Russell. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein. And it's Carter Williams in at the 2. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. That's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will retain possession. And the 76ers making a change here. Gobert's checked in. Here's Carter Williams. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Here's Osman. He's guarded by Russell. Pass to Simmons. Shot clock at 6. It falls for basket number 9 from the field. He's taken 14 shots to get there.
And, you know, this is why Simmons is an all-star caliber player, guys, because he has the ability to dominate games.
Barnes, right side. A putback. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Simmons, and the rejection by Cauley-Stein. And they'll keep possession. And it's good, 2 points. The Magic trail by 16. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Outside, Russell. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots a 3. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got 8 rebounds in this game. Burks, and he banks in the layup. And the 76ers lead by 18.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Priority and goal number 1 has to be tightening up the defense. They can't afford to give him open looks.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. Well, they call Rudy Gobert the Stifle Tower. Probably the game's most dominant rim protector.
And in today's game, that's not enough. You also have to come out of the paint and defend smaller players in switches. He straddles those 2 needs better than anyone in the league.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Aaron Gordon is checking in for Ennis, and Fournier subbed in for Carter Williams.
You know, early in his career, there were questions surrounding D'Angelo Russell's maturity, and understandably so. That's the case with most young players. But of late, in his case, his improvement as a player and his growth as a person is impressive.
Now, here's Richardson. Gobert, the pass to Simmons. Right at the free throw line. Offensive rebound. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And beginning his career at the Lakers, coaches wanted Russell to take a more serious approach.
Yeah, you know what? I think his last year there, losing the trust of his teammates, probably woke him up a bit. Sometimes you got to go through the adversity to recognize what you need to change. It's not enough to just put up numbers. You've got to be a professional in how you go about your business, and plenty to like about where D'Angelo Russell is and where he's headed.
Mark, I want to take you back a bit here to 1982. What was going through your mind over your first few NBA games?
Well, Kevin, first of all, I was really excited and thankful to have a chance to realize a dream, but I was also a little bit nervous going up against some of the guys that I had watched and idolized from afar. But once you're between those lines, it's not about idolizing guys. It's about trying to posterize them.
Any player in particular, one player that you looked out on the floor and you were out there as well saying, oh my goodness, look who I'm playing against tonight.
Well, when we first saw the Celtics and the Sixers, Larry Bird and those great teams in the 80s, Cedric Maxwell and Kevin McHale, and then the Sixers, my rookie year, won it all. And they had Moses Malone, Dr. J, Bobby Jones, some of the